Hello, my name is Lyn Hicks, and welcome to 10 Minutes of Feminine Health. And I'm going to try to make it 5 minutes because I know we don't have a lot of time. But these are really important videos on simple ways as women that we can get more in the parasympathetic nervous system, which is going to create health. We can understand our feminine nature. We can sink into being the art of being a woman, really being a woman. We are women. And we've made it really challenging and difficult to find health because we've given up the connect to our body and the understanding of our feminine body. So I'm going to try to share with you quickly some of the greatest principles I learned from the ancient cultures and great masters at my farm that really have created such health and joy and just much more relaxation and more authenticity in my life on a day-to-day basis. And I know that's what we're always all looking to do. So today we're going to talk about the pleasure of taste. And it's so important, this act of nourishing, this act of feeding ourselves, the act of feeding other people. It's something we do 3 times a day. It's 3 times a day to get into relaxation, to get into pleasure, and to really enjoy eating and, creating ourselves, our bodies. They say garbage in, garbage out, whatever that all is, just to have more health and to provide health for our families in the really loving way that women are generally the ones who do that. So the second chakra, which is called the Svadisthanna chakra of the womb, is the area of taste and pleasure and creativity and relationships and flowingness. So we really want to watch that we have creativity in our life. We want to be creative in the way that we approach life because we are the highest creators. We can create new life. So if you think you're not creative, you really need to get rid of that one from your consciousness because we really are creative. We're the highest creators on the planet. So this area wants to have us creating. And it is also houses the taste, which if we don't create in other ways, we're going to reach for the simplest pleasure of food. And we're going to eat and eat and eat because we're not being creative and we're not really relishing in pleasure and we're not doing the things that bring us joy and relaxation in life. So food is a very simple tool and easy way to create pleasure. The other thing is that, even when we're eating, a lot of times we don't have a connect to it. We're not tasting it. We're going to the fridge and we're tasting 5 things and we're barely chewing them and we're looking for something to eat. And we're really missing the boat on nourishment, on self-nourishing, just through the act of eating. We're not tasting our food. We're not being present. We're not presenting it in a way that's exciting to us as women on pretty plates and all different colors. We're just really having this more denial way of looking at food. And it's just terrible because food is about nourishment. We're in the holidays. There's going to be great food around. I want you to indulge in it. I want you to taste it. I want you to revel in it. I want you to enjoy it because it is about that. It's about building our bodies, our cells, taking in love, taking in taste. We have this incredible mechanical body that loves to have food and enjoys the pleasure of it. And we just need to really understand it more and use it for our own health and well-being. So let's consider 3 times a day we can get into oxytocin. We can use creativity by making the plate beautiful, by really sitting down and having foods that we like. And we can really indulge in this. We can indulge in our food. A lot of times we're not tasting it, we're not chewing it, and we're not at all realizing that this low fat, low sugar, all this weird stuff in our food doesn't give us the satiation. It doesn't give us the satisfaction that whole foods do. So we're still eating more and more. And if we were eating really good food and we were eating it in the right state and feeling good and knowing we were nourishing ourselves and actually chewing and tasting and savoring our food, we would get filled up. Our innate health system will not overeat. It's our emotions. It's this crappy food. It's all of these things that affect us and our ability to nourish ourselves. That if we actually just sat down, had a pretty plate, had it presented well, took that moment, realized that chewing our food, our saliva starts to break down our food so it can go into our stomach and be digested, that alone would help us in the way we eat in our food. Number one, we taste it. Number two, big chunks wouldn't be going down into our stomach. That has to work overtime then to digest it, because the saliva and the taste buds and all of that, they're all part of eating and our digestive system. And really taking the time to prepare it. I mean, it's only 5 minutes a day. I'm asking you to sit down and really savor in it and really put love towards your food as you're getting it together, and all the people you're feeding through the holidays and all the wonder that's around. There's love in that food. This is nourishment. It's not just nourishment on a physical level. It's nourishment on a mental level. It's nourishment on an emotional level. And we're in high spirit of the holidays where love's all around. So we're using this process of eating to kind of take in everything, all of that love and all of that great spirit. And that's what nourishment is. It's all together, and it can be gotten out of our food. You want to get the best food you can, because as I said, the better food is going to satiate you. Your innate health system is going to be filled. If you're eating it slower and you're tasting it and you're reveling in it, you're really going to enjoy that process. You're going to get in relaxation. Your digestion's going to be better because you're enjoying it. You're not in hecticness. You don't want to be sitting in front of the TV taking in negative mental ideas of the news or some kind of argument around or anything. We used to have a practice that we would actually, when we were eating, we would talk about our goals and we would talk about the things that we wanted in life, because these things are coming in with our food on the physical level. Not only are we chewing it and getting the physical pleasure, but we want our emotions high, like, this is so good. That puts us in oxytocin, and that we're liking our food and we're enjoying the company that we're having food with. And then mentally, we're thinking right, because all of this stuff is going in, whether we're aware of it or not, all at once. It's going into our cells, and we want to do the best that we can to bring in the right stuff, because this is what's building our bodies. So it's very important that we enjoy this 3 times a day way to nourish ourselves. So I just want you to practice this through the holidays. None of this berating, I can't have that cheesecake. Indulge in that piece of cheesecake or those cookies, but don't eat 25 of them. Eat that piece and sit down and savor it and relish it and taste it and chew it and really enjoy the pleasure of it. You won't be able to eat a ton if you eat in full presence and you enjoy it. You just won't. Your body doesn't want to overeat. Really enjoy eating. When you're preparing food, really realize that this is a time you can put love in. You can put love out to your family, to yourself, and really prepare it with the happiness and the joy in which you like to create, and do it that way. Really enjoy putting the love into it. Use colors, use good quality food. That's the kind of ways that we should be nourishing ourselves. And that's the practice I want you to have, is to really, really enjoy all of what you're doing with food. Find the pleasure in it. Get that Svadisthanna chakra activated. Use creativity in preparing it. Be your Martha Stewart self. Be the woman that you are, and really indulge and engage in these things. This is what brings more health. This is what brings relaxation, and is part of the art of being a woman. So I look forward to hearing what you have to say about this. It will change the way you eat. If you really are conscious when you eat, and you really indulge and know that you are nourishing, you will find greater health. Enjoy your day and your holiday.